Hi again, this is Joseph, and continuing about this problem with the lighting problem, as I recently explained before, with the Crown Victoria, especially these type with the police, they rip out all the wires and the modules. As you can see over here, when they have all these lights that they use, the flashing lights that they use over here, you can see over here, they have a spotlight, maybe for the left, maybe for the right, maybe two, maybe one, coming from this fuse, and then you have this over here, pin 11, pin 1 of the lighting control module, which we have been talking about, goes to the interior lights. Now, it's referring to the lights that they use by the windshield. The front windshield, they have the lights, the emergency lights, and then sometimes if you come down over here, so 12 volts is coming from here from the fuse to pin 11. The output 1 is going to this relay, and the output is also going to the interior lights, emergency lights. But also this relay is responsible for, as you look over here, to left deck lamp and to right deck lamp. Because if you ever see on the trunk, sometimes they have lights on the top of their trunks, and sometimes obviously also in the window, the rear window also. So what I'm referring to is these are the emergency lights, also connected to the lighting control module, which we've been discussing, especially the message that I received about one having difficulty with lights, they flickering on and off, those lights. So what I was referring to is when you go and they pull out all these wires, splice out the wires and cut them off. They'll cut off maybe pin 11 or something like that, and then the one next to it, pin 10, pin 11, might also be broken or have problems. So as you see over here, if we go to 11, pin 11, now if we have the lighting control module over here, we're referring to this one, C2029. Come back over here, C2029, right? That's the connector. So pin 11 and pin 1 of C2029. Come back over here, C20, T29. Now, 11 that we saw before in that schematic is the input from the fuse. If you see the fuse coming over here, feeding it, we get 12 volts coming into this. When they take off the wire, they probably cut off pin 11. Now, look what's right next to pin 11. Pin 10. These are responsible for the lights, the parking lights, and the headlamps going on, as I did in the other schematic video. So it might be when they rip off these wiring, they could have ripped off something maybe from pin 10 or pin 12 or something like that, something related to it. This is what I'm trying to infer, because this is a unique situation with these police interceptors. They take out the modules, they take out all the wires and all these things. Anything next to that wire might also be a suspect. The fact that it said that the lights, the headlamps are going on and off might be maybe because of this one, which is the power, pin 11, and pin 11 goes to this same module, which also feeds the lights for their emergency lights. That's how I would look at it. Again, I would also look at the B+, make sure that it's not going on and off. If the B+ is going on and off, then the lights might be going on and off. So this is just an example of what happens with these type of cars. To diagnose these different cars is not the normal routine. So again, follow this, try to move the wires and see maybe one wire is responsible for it, and you'll see the lights going on and off. But this is the other part of it. This is the normal lights that they have, but these are their emergency lights, spotlights, and then this goes to their emergency lights, and this goes to the trunk of their emergency lights. These are taken out sometimes. They rip this apart, rip this apart, whatever is there. So whenever you acquire these cars, make sure all the accessories are working correctly because of these things. You're not allowed to have any lights inside. And so obviously you have to be careful when you acquire these vehicles. They're great vehicles as long as they are detective vehicles and not the actual police vehicles. Thanks for watching.